Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is my used equipment challenge. Saving up is kind of what I've called it. Anyway, this is episode 4, and we are harvesting the sunflower field. I believe it's field 22 that was just south of where we set up our pole barn on that initial lot. And I've done most of the field at this point, but I am going to, I've got maybe one harvester load left to do, but I wanted to show you guys I've been selling the sunflowers over here. Um, and I'm doing this for two reasons. Number one, to just help or recoup the expenses of buying the field when we didn't quite have enough money. And number two, just to kind of get, we don't have space. Our harvester could hold some, this tipper could hold some, and we're probably going to save some sunflowers, but I wasn't sure how much, and I wasn't sure for what, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about this episode. So I'm sort of problem solving the buying of the field, the repaying of as much of the loan as we can, and also what we want to do with the remainder. Because we still have two options, which I discussed briefly last episode. But I want to go over them with you guys here and make a decision, because I honestly haven't decided what I want to do yet. So one of them is we have this, now that we have field 22, we have this grassy area over here. We could easily build another pole barn and move our field, or essentially our setup, from that lot over there that we're not really using to its fullest capacity, and see if maybe it'd be better to consolidate down here. We'd get some money back from the equipment and things we put up there. The other option is, of course, we leave it and we start building some productions on there. And so, yeah, this is why I needed to unload, because my harvester was full. I forgot. So let me start that up and come over here. So originally I had talked about putting maybe like some sort of animal pen over there, and there is this animal trailer in the sales. Oh look, there's a coon, the same coon baler. This one's 59% off, this one's 59% off, but this one's $100 cheaper. Anyway, it's weird that the same thing came up twice. Of doing animals, and we could feed the animals the sunflowers, but there's no animal that eats just sunflowers, so I'm not really digging that. So what I'm actually thinking about is possibly doing an oil production, and I don't think we could afford the big one yet, which is fine. But we could afford the little one. In fact, we could maybe afford two of them, depending. Get this going. Nope, gotta lower it. Oh, there's some crop destruction. Here we go. I'm gonna go to cab so it's a little bit quieter to hear me talk. So the option is basically we could do. I've never actually looked around in the cab here before. It's kind of nice. Is we could do construction and productions or factories, and the tiny little oil mill for 36,000. Am I almost to the end of the field? I got a minute. Oil mill for 36,000. We could drop a couple of these on here, but they're really not very big. You know what I mean? So we don't need this whole lot for that. So all things considered, I know we have a couple of options, and I don't really want to do animals when we don't have all of the equipment that we would need yet, and I don't want to do I mean, we don't have enough things to take over that lot. And the idea originally, let me pop out for this real quick. Sorry for the noise. don't really want to do a big production facility because that's like, well, I mean, let's look and actually look at the numbers. So our little oil production is there. Our big oil factory come on, is not on here. I'm sure it's on here and I missed it. Oil is 240. So the little ones are 36. So I don't know. Like if I bought two little ones or one big one. See, two. Oh, now I'm doing math. Now I'm doing math live in a recording. That's never good. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think 36,000 is the right mix. If you did 4 of those, it'd be 120. 8 of those would be 240. So 250. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I think we could basically do a couple of little oil production factories here on 22 as well. And I think I'm making up my mind, it sounds like. And let's just take a look at the map. And that is all harvested, right? That is all harvested. So let's go ahead and turn that off, lift this up. We're already turned off. And, ooh, that only left us 8,000 left. I thought we were going to have more than that, to be honest. Anyway, I think I've sort of made up my mind. And you can tell me I'm crazy, but I originally picked that lot up there specifically because it was close to the shop and I didn't want to drive all the equipment, all over the place. Oh, I guess I have this 14,000 here. Okay, that's better. I was like, did I just give up all the oil? That'd be a silly way to start an oil factory production. So I think what I want to do is move the pole barn over, which I know sounds really dumb. But the idea was just to have that lot set up originally to get us started. And, we got started. So I don't think we need to maintain that larger lot. So we're going to turn that off for a minute. Go back to this. We're going to leave this here. And I think we're going to move. Which one is the one we're using? I think it's this one here. Let's get our header dropped off real quick. And we'll move the pole barn over. We'll start moving the equipment over. And that, I think, solidifies a couple of things we can actually get rid of as well. Is that the wrong way? That's the wrong way. We'll do this. Will we be able to sneak out down here? I don't know. Oh, it looks like... Nope. Tight fit. There we go. I'm never quite sure when to do this. Okay, there we go. So we can leave that there. We can leave that. Let's move this other one into the field just so it's out of the way. Sorry, I got a little distracted. But I think we're going to move the pole barn over and sell that lot, because then with the sale of most of the sunflowers that we have gotten from this first harvest, and let's actually just look at that since we're talking about it. Harvest income today. So yeah, we've made 100,000 off of the sunflowers we've sold today, not at peak price. because it's harvest time, but we just needed to get rid of them. So with that 100,000 plus the selling of the lot to get the 100,000, I think we're going to about break even for buying the lot, or really close. And I'm curious to see how close we can get. So let me just do this. So we're going to go to construction, go back to sheds. And I do like that pole barn, so we're just going to build another one. And we're going to lose a little bit of money on the original setup, but I think that's fine. So where are we? There we are. So we have our land here. I mean, land is not owned by me. This is definitely my land. Will it not let me put it here? Oh, that's really disappointing. That is really disappointing. I finally made up my mind and it's not going to let me do it. I can overlap my land by this much, which I don't like at all. I could put it over here and just cut off this section of the field. We'd really not even lose that much if we did it like this. We could even spin the door around so we could still use that entrance up there. And just lose this corner of the field. How do we feel about that? That's pretty flat. I guess this. I hate losing arable area. I really want to put it right here. I don't understand why we can't. That's really disappointing. I mean, if I do it here, I'm sort of stair-stepping my whole field, which is also kind of nice. And I've been using the entrance right down there. No, but then we'd want to go like this. And that doesn't make any sense to have the door in the field. Okay, I think this is still the wise move. So let's snap. Where's the snap? Toggle snapping left stick. There we go. So we're going to straighten that out. And how are we doing over here? So if we do this like so. I hope this works. Alright, let's see if it's... I shouldn't have turned off the tractor, but let's see if it's a smooth transition in and out. And we only lost that corner of the field, which is probably not that much. And we'll get everything moved over and then sell that land back. So we've got this here. And this also solves that little problem we were having with the tree on the one side and the mounds of dirt and earth and everything getting in the way. So let's I probably shouldn't make you watch me move all this stuff over, but we can grab some of this equipment and move it over. So planter, weeder, baler, cultivator, which is what we're going to need next. Truck, we can get rid of this barrel because we're not going to do animals. Can we sell this stuff without moving everything? Let me just move this fertilizer spreader since we're sitting here. Because I want to see the dollar sign, and I will make you watch me move everything if I need to do that to get the dollar sign, to get to get the bottom line of whether or not we can pay off the loan and essentially have started this within $1 million. Because that is a good question. So let's just stop that for a second. Go into construction. Can we select this and sell it? So 35. So we lost 35,000 on that. Okay, so that's all of our stuff there. if we come down here and select this and sell it, okay. We also have to sell this, which we didn't quite make our money back on. I did the math, and I think we technically would have needed to run it for over 4 years to make the money on it. Okay, so then let's go into vehicles. Find this. Yep, we don't need this anymore. And we'll keep that header, the other header trailer, just in case we ever do need to harvest something with that small header and we need to lease it and move it around. At least it still serves a point. So, okay, we're up to 83,000 now. All of our equipment is just sitting over there, but I think we can move it off camera or in a second. So let's see if we can sell the land. Farmland, farmland, farmland. Okay, so we have 187,000 total. All of our equipment is now on the neighbor's land. We need to get that off and move it over to ours. So, what is our loan? It's not going to be quite as much as I thought. We have 260,000 in the loan, so we're could pay off a reasonable amount of that, but we also wanted to do production. So let's do this last thing here. So we're not going to be able to pay off the loan, but we're going to get down to one lot, and I'm feeling better about that. So let's get down here, find our mini oil production, our mini oil mill, and at least we can maybe put these over here. So yeah, it looks like we can drop these over here. So we'll drop this here. And we'll do a second one. Okay, and so let's get over here. You can tell me if in the comments if you think this is good viewing or bad viewing, because I'm not doing a lot of farming. I'm just talking out loud about the plans I have. But I think that's actually really interesting, but maybe it's not. But I like to show these problem solving things when they come up as I kind of work through the problem. So let's go ahead and drop the sunflowers in here. I'm not sure how much they can take. I'm guessing around 9 to 10. We're going to stop that at 9. Put 9,000 over here. Try to keep them somewhat even. How come this one's not letting me drop? There it is. Alright, so we got 9,000 in one and hopefully 9,000 in the other. And then we'll check our productions, and that'll probably wrap it up. And then I can move everything in the farmyard over to the new pole barn momentarily. So we have an oil mill here, and we're going to do sunflower oil. And that is active. So yeah, they could hold 9,600. We put 9,243 in this one. And in this one, we put 9,256. Wow, we really did about exactly half. So both of those are running. Both of those are, it's 96% full. That one is 90, they're both 96% full. Those are going to run all year long till our next sunflower harvest is up. We have a little bit of sunflowers left from our harvester here. In fact, let me get these put in as well into the tipper, for ease, so we can fold up our harvester and then park that in the shed. But yeah, I think this is a better way to start because we don't need that big lot up there for anything. Oh, my, this is a bad angle. There we go. We didn't need lot 36 for anything anymore, and although we lost a little bit of field space, I think that's reasonable for getting started. So yeah, I think this is kind of what we're going to run with on this one. We have a cultivator, we have a seeder, we have a planter, we have all the things that we should need. We don't have a way to spread fertilizer yet, but beyond that, I think we're doing well. So yeah, I think we're about set up to start. We'll obviously spend an episode or two cultivating, or at least I will spend time cultivating. Oh, this has got the lines in the shed. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Let's put this back over here. Anyway, I'll get this all organized off camera because that would be pretty boring in my opinion. But I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you think I made the right call or not. Giving up a little bit of the field to get this pole barn set up on this lot. Oh, actually, I guess last thing before I do that, let's repay as much of this as we can. And let's see, 150. Yeah, so that leaves us 5,900 to get to our next harvest. And so we don't have any fertilizer yet, so we'll have to sort that out. But that leaves us 150,000 in a loan. So not perfect, but it's a good start. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. And give me some comments. Let me know what you think, if there's anything else I should have done differently. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.